A debate over whether a fetus's heart at 6 weeks is actually beating continues to rage on social media, and it sparked an emotional conversation about abortion.
There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her.
Georgia's Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams touched off the fight last week at a campaign event. Republicans and conservative media quickly piled on.
This is QAnon plus level of conspiracy. She says that ultrasound machines were a conspiracy made up by men to control women's bodies, that ultrasound machines that can hear a fetal heartbeat at 6 weeks are simply a conspiracy. She says it's not true. You can't hear a heartbeat, and the machine is lying to you because the machine has been designed by men in order to control women's bodies. I want to be clear. The machine and medicine are, in Stacey Abrams' estimation, conspiracies against women. And this is someone that you're supposed to take seriously in a gubernatorial race for Georgia.
But the science behind the question is more complicated than Abrams' critics conceded. Some doctors said the cardiac activity of a fetus at 6 weeks of development is not yet as sophisticated as a full heartbeat.
If you're going to call what a child or an adult has a fully developed heart, the sound it makes, if you're going to call that a heartbeat, then what's in an embryo is different, but it is the same sort of tissue that would become the heart. It's the same electrical impulses that we're seeing that cause that flutter that would create the heartbeat once the heart is fully developed.
Still, other doctors argued a fetus's heart has grown enough to start beating even before the 6-week mark that Abrams laid out.
So at about 3 weeks after gestation or after conception, the cells of the heart, the myocardium, starts to rhythmically contract. So really, the heart starts beating at 3 weeks. Yes, you can start seeing the heartbeat 5 to 6 weeks after conception on the ultrasound, but that's only because it's so small and because of all the other structures are in the way with the pelvis. But that heart is contracting very easy.
Democrats have worked to make abortion a central issue in the midterm elections. They've pushed back against laws in Republican states that restrict the procedure, sometimes as early as 6 weeks of pregnancy. But the White House took heat on Friday for refusing to lay out President Biden's position on if abortion should be banned at later stages of pregnancy.
I'm not going to get into specifics here. I'm just going to lay out what they have said that they're going to do.
Why not get into specifics? The Republicans are saying we don't want abortion after 15 weeks. Why can't you say how many weeks a president thinks the limit
as you
should
know, Kevin McCarthy put out the GOP agenda.
I'm not asking about Kevin McCarthy. I'm asking about Joe Biden and his position on abortion. How many weeks?
Peter, I'm answering your question. What Republicans are trying to do is take us backwards.
Abortion continues to scramble races up and down the ballot this year as candidates run their first ever campaigns since the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade. Sarah Westwood for the Washington Examiner.